All right, so moving on to the final segment, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Jaron Ennis signing with DAZN Boxing. So we seen Jaron Ennis sign a multi-year deal with DAZN, Matchroom Boxing, and Eddie Hearns in the late part of the week on Thursday to be exact, or Wednesday or Thursday to be exact. So Jaron Ennis is now the newest member of DAZN Boxing. So my thoughts on this, on Jaron Ennis signing with Eddie Hearns. This was a home run signing. DAZN Boxing and Eddie Hearns should be proud of themselves for signing Jaron Ennis to a multi-year deal, because Jaron Ennis has the potential to be one of the next big things in the sport of boxing, especially now the fact that Jaron Ennis arguably is the best welterweight fighter in the sport of boxing now, with Terrence Crawford signaling that he's going to move up, and Errol Spence already signaling that he's moving up from the welterweight division. So Jaron Ennis could be the next big thing in the sport of boxing. And with him signing with DAZN, it's like being in a part of a draft, having the #1 overall pick, hitting the lottery, because Jaron Ennis possesses a lot of skill and he could be a star one day in the sport of boxing. And I do believe that Eddie Hearns is going to give him a lot more opportunities with DAZN. We can see Jaron Ennis in a lot of marquee fights 2-3 times a year. And I do believe that with Jaron Ennis signing with DAZN, at some point in 2024, we're going to see a marquee matchup in the welterweight division between himself and Conor Benn before the 2024 year is over, because both are signed with DAZN. Eddie Hearns has already said he has aspirations for making that fight happen. Seems like Jaron Ennis has aspirations of fighting the best of the best, and I think he's going to be able to do that on the platform of DAZN signing with Eddie Hearns. So I am happy for Jaron Ennis. He deserves it, because he has looked for a lot of opportunities over the last few years in the sport of boxing, and he deserves it, because what he wanted at the welterweight division, and a lot of people might argue at the time he wasn't ready, but what is boxing all about? It should be fighting the best of the best, no matter if you're ready or not. Because if you don't believe that you're ready to fight the best of the best, you have no business being in the sport. If you're only money chasing, might as well call yourself a Rolly Romero, because you have no dreams and aspirations to be the best of the best. No business for you being in the sport of boxing. But Jaron Ennis is different from that. He has called out the top dogs at the welterweight division for quite some time now. He said on record he wanted to fight Errol Spence when he was the unified champion at the time at the welterweight division. He said for a record that he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford for a long time. Now, a lot of people might say that Jaron Ennis had the chance to fight Terrence Crawford. Yeah, that's the story for everybody in boxing. But the fact that Jaron Ennis wants Terrence Crawford right now, and Terrence Crawford don't want to fight Jaron Ennis, why don't we have the same focus, the same energy? When Gervonta Davis isn't fighting Devin Haney, don't we all complain about it? As my mic drops, don't we all complain about it? When Canelo Alvarez isn't fighting David Benavidez, don't we all complain about it? So why can't we have the same energy for Terrence Crawford, not fighting the best of the best, fighting the best welterweight other than himself in the division right now, and Jaron Ennis? That is the reason why we have problems with fighting the best of the best in the sport of boxing, because people don't want to fight the best of the best. And at this point, who is Terrence Crawford supposed to fight next? Y'all tell me. Let's keep that same energy for Crawford that we have for Gervonta Davis not fighting Haney next, or Canelo not fighting David Benavidez next. But as I digress about that, and I got a little carried away dropping the microphone here, I really believe that Jaron Ennis has a lot of opportunities with Eddie Hearns now. And was it a missed opportunity for the other promoters like ESPN Top Rank or Al Heyman PBC Boxing? Absolutely, because Jaron Ennis, for the longest, I thought for the longest he was signed with Al Heyman the PBC, but that was not the case. He was always a free agent. Just evidently found himself fighting for Al Heyman and the PBC over his last few fights. But we seen Jaron Ennis get some opportunities on the PBC. His biggest opportunity was fighting on the undercard of the Gervonta Davis and the Hector Garcia fight that took place in January 2023 at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. But that was the closest that Jaron Ennis got in terms of big-time opportunities with the PBC. And I personally thought that he would be on the feature on the undercard of the Jaime Mugina and Canelo Alvarez fight. But that is not taking place now. So I just feel like that was a missed opportunity for Al Haymon not to secure another star with the PBC. And there was rumors that if Jaron Ennis signed with the PBC, that Matias, the reigning defending IBF world champion at the super lightweight division right now, was offered to fight Jaron Ennis at the welterweight division at 147, with Matias moving up in weight at 147, since they would both be signed with the PBC. But that's not the case, and I don't think that would have been fair for Matias, who has said that he could finish his career at 140, is very comfortable at the division. But that could have happened if they were both signed in one PBC. And now, actually, Eddie Hearns has stolen both Matias and Jaron Boots Ennis from Al Haymon, under the rug of Al Haymon, the PBC. So, nonetheless, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next with Jaron Ennis. I do believe that he's going to fight whoever the mandatory is for the welterweight division for the IBF world title next. I think that's what's going to be next. But I do believe he is going to fight Conor Benn before the calendar year 2024 is over. But those are my thoughts on Jaron Ennis signing with DAZN. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.